True Sports episode 99 is on. I'm Taylor Phillips. He's Lewis Tenor.
Wow.
Yeah, one away, but
Yeah.
I'll have to wait till Saturday night.
Okay.
Like, yeah. In fact, until Saturday night after the Michigan State game is over.
Right. But
Actually,
that
we'll
miles.
cover that live.
Yeah. A milestone moment. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kyle Tucker swings and misses 0-2 against Smith. Abreu was on
Yeah.
first. He had a 3-run home run to break it a little bit wide open, a little bit open. 7-3. Astros lead the Texas Rangers. Top 7. Nobody out. Abreu on first, like I mentioned. Tucker's out
Yep.
at the 0-2 to Tucker's low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So, I've been doing lots of yoga this week.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And I got my B number 4 foundation long sleeve shirt and my 2 bracelets representing that foundation.
Very nice.
Yep. It supports the afterlife of former Ithaca High School Yellow Jackets football quarterback Brady Hesbrook, who earlier in the year took his own life.
Oh. What a shame.
Yeah, that's why his father, Terry Hesbrook, former head coach, multiple state champion, and still current athletic director, is holding that foundation. It's really
Very nice.
good for the mid-Michigan community and maybe the entire state of Michigan.
Mm. Check this.
Oh, there's McCormick tees off 4. That's gone. It's 9-3 Astros.
Well, all of a sudden we got a series. I think.
Texas already leads the series 2-1, going 2 games to 1 going into this. Yep, yeah, I believe this is pretty much decided. But
Yeah.
we'll continue covering this. But the series is pretty much going to be even. 392 feet, 100 mile an hour exit velocity. A 2-run jack by Chas McCormick. Chas McCormick making it 9-3 Astros. So the Arizona Diamondbacks won a game against the Philadelphia Phillies. They had to walk it. They had to walk it off though in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah. You know, judging from the way the two series were going, just a while ago, you thought maybe it'd be a sweep, but now everybody's fighting back. So it looks like, we still got a series going on.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I was fooled. I thought it would be, over with, but D-backs are trying to make a comeback now. Astros look like they're going to tie the series tonight. So just when thought everything was written off, surprise.
Yep. Never count out the Astros. Oh man, the Pistons lead the Thunder in preseason action, 118 to 116, with 1 second left.
Uh-oh.
And at the end of the third on Thursday Night Football, the Jacksonville Jaguars lead the New Orleans Saints 24-9. The Saints offense has really struggled tonight.
Yeah.
It's really scuffled tonight.
I've noticed.
Yep. And the Rangers turn a double play to end the top half of the 7th inning. All right, so 7th inning stretch time. So I believe it's time for part 1 of your True Sports Report. Go ahead.
All right. To lead off, Just in the third quarter, the Jaguars are beating up on the Saints. So we said 24-9, much to my surprise. Carr has 187 passing yards, 1 interception. Alvin Kamara, he has 43 rushing yards on 13 carries and 75 receiving yards. How do you like that? Actually, I don't. Okay, NBA, as we go into the finals of preseason, with 0.2 of a second left, the Pistons lead the Thunder 118-116. Thompson has 18 points and 8 rebounds. Williams
Asar
has 20
Thompson, that
points.
is.
Asar Thompson.
Yep.
And Williams has 20 points overall. Just
For the
getting
Thunder.
in the late stages of the first quarter, the Suns and Lakers are tied at 15 each. Goodwin has 2 points and Anthony Davis has 5 blocks. 5 blocks. Wow.
That's
Nuggets
playing
and-
tough defense, man.
Yeah. Nuggets and Clippers tie at 22 with 2 minutes and change to go in the first quarter. The Joker has 11 points and Highland has 8 points. Kings lead the Jazz.
Pistons win 118-116.
Okay. Kings lead the Jazz at the end of the first quarter, 27-26. Kessler has 4 points, and Monk has 7 points. Monk. The Celtics beat up on the Hornets, 127-99. Brown has 20 points. Richards had 15 points for Charlotte. The Wolves beat the Bulls, 104-105. Reed had 14 points and 8 rebounds for the Wolves, and Volnick had 21 points and 10 rebounds for the Bulls. And that's with that one. Quick look at the hockey scores for right now. Some games have ended, and some games are still going on. The Knights just beat the Jets 5-3. The Flyers beat the Oilers 4-1. The Predators beat up on the Rangers 4-1. Just my rotten luck. The Panthers over the Maple Leafs 3-1. The Lightning over the Canucks 4-3. And
By the way, how about those Red Wings, huh?
Yeah, and the Flames over the Sabres 4-3. More later.
My Red Wings beat the Penguins 6-3 on TNT last night.
I saw
Alex DeBrincat now has 5 goals in the first 4 games of the regular season. That's why the Red Wings signed him back in July of this year.
Yeah, I was watching it.
Yeah. Maton comes on to pitch for the Astros. Looks like Maton's brother, Nick Maton's brother. That's Nathan L. Lowe is at bat to lead off the Rangers in the bottom of the 7th. Phil Maton, 300 ERA, 112 with 10 1/3 strikeouts per 9 innings, 207 opposing batting average. 1-2 on Lowe. Here it comes. Way high and outside. Ball 2. 2-2 the count. So, I heard that Michigan football is being investigated by the NCAA for allegations of sign stealing, but from what I can tell from former players and fans, that is actually not true. They say it's scouting. Michigan was only scouting its future opponents. There's clearly nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
That's how to win a national. That's part of how to win a national championship, for goodness sake.
I thought for a minute they was going to revert back to the Astros with the sign stealing and all that stuff. First in baseball, now college football. What's next?
Yeah, but Jim Harbaugh, you got to understand.
Yeah.
Is no AJ Hinch.
No.
Well,
Obviously
AJ
not.
Hinch, but even AJ Hinch admitted that he made his mistake. He served his punishment and he moved on.
Well, that's the right. That's the smart thing to do. Admit you were wrong.
Exactly. That and yet fans are still up in arms about the Astros still cheating when they're
I'm
not
shocked.
anymore. When they're not anymore.
Well, it's a
Dusty
hard pill
Baker,
to swallow.
yeah, I know, but it's true. Dusty Baker's no cheater. Low flies out to left, one out, one up and one down on a full count. 9-3 Houston Astros lead the Texas Rangers in Game 4 at Globe
Boink.
Life Park. As much as you people hate the Astros, it's all true. It's out there. Josh Jung up next for Texas. First pitch from Maton to Jung. Oh, just a tad outside. Ball one.
Just be outside.
Tried the corner and missed. Harry Doyle. Bob Euchre's Harry Doyle from Major League One.
I know.
Swung on and fouled off to the right side. Ball, one ball, one strike.
I know
Oh, man.
cheap mo-
Oh, it's now an 8-point game.
Yep.
Hang on a second. And a ground ball to short, throw to first, 2 out. It's 24-16 Jacksonville. The Jaguars have the ball. The Saints just recently scored a touchdown. There goes Trevor Lawrence keeping it in around left. Just about 5 yards shy. Here's our bouncer to second. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 7th for Phil Maton. We go to the 8th, 9-3 Astros. And we'll go back to your true sports report.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye on the
just,
Thursday. I'll keep an eye on the Thursday night football game, but
Okay.
to be honest, yeah, I will keep my eyes on. I will let you do your report while I keep my eyes on this. Go ahead.
Okay. Another score from the final in college football. Rice beat up on Tulsa 42-10 in Thursday night college football action. All right. So we have other action here. The Coyotes lead the Blues 6-2 with 3 minutes and change to go in the third period, and the Kings are doubling up on the Wild 6-3 with a minute 52 to go in the third and final period. Back to NBA. Suns now lead the Lakers 24-22, just starting the second quarter. Nuggets lead the Clippers 11-1 in the second period. Kings leading the Jazz 38-30 in the second quarter, and all the rest are a final. Moving right along. Why don't we just take a look at tomorrow's schedule before we do anything else? Tomorrow's NHL schedule goes like this. Usually on Friday it's a light schedule, and tomorrow's no exception, as the Flames will take on the Blue Jackets, and for you New York lovers out there, the Devils will take on the Islanders at 7:30. Well, it serves in the New York metro area, you know, and the Flames at the Columbus at 7 o'clock. And over the NBA schedule, the last day of the preseason. Tomorrow it should be a doozy. And it goes like this. The Cavaliers will take on the Pacers at 7. The Hawks will take on the 76ers at 7. 7:30, the Wizards take on the Raptors. 8 o'clock, your Pistons take on the Mavericks. Other 8 o'clock games are the Grizzlies versus the Bucks, and the Spurs take on the Warriors at 10. And that'll be the last of the preseason. The next time we get together on the court, Tuesday, beginning at 7:30. More on that, though, in future reports.
That's the 24th. Pistons
Correct.
start their regular season on the 25th.
Right. The bulk of the schedule.
But we're back. And we are back. And there's Nolan Ryan. And there's a drive, and that is, I believe that's gone. Hold on a second. That's Jose Altuve hitting a home run, yes. That just carried out. It bounced in and out of the alley. That's a home run for Jose Altuve. And it's now 10-3 to lead off the top of the 8th.
Yuck.
Oh no! Wait a minute! It hit off the top of the wall and back in, and they're calling it a home. They're calling it a home run, but the Rangers have to challenge this.
Yes, they better. Oh.
Yeah, it hit the top of the wall. It's under review.
Looks like a double.
It's a double, all right.
Yep.
Man, hit off the top of the yellow or goldenrod yellow, goldenrod toppage. And back in. Yep, they overturned it. It's a double.
It's a double, yeah. Good. Right call. Right call.
Yep, it wasn't a mistake. It was corrected.
Yeah.
But Jose Altuve leads off with a double. That ball was hit pretty hard.
Yeah, I'll say.
Meanwhile, the Saints get the ball back on a punt, and they're still having trouble moving the football. Mauricio Dubon, 2 for 4, 2 singles, 2 runs, 500 average in the postseason, 1 RBI. One 0 pitch is inside. 2-0 the count. Martin Perez. 35 appearances on the mound.
Wow.
There's a hot grounder to the third. They'll let Jose Abreu take third, throw to first, and there's 1 out. And the Saints go 3 and out, 4th and 5. Olave. That's Olave, Chris Olave, one of the former Ohio State wide receivers. Looked like he didn't run fast enough. I don't know who the Saints quarterback is, but
no.
that was just some miscommunication. The 0-1 to Bregman. Outside, 1-1. Bregman staying in the batter's box.
Okay.
Did I miss that last pitch? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
The 1-2, the 1 out, the 1-1 in there for strike 2. Next pitch. From Perez to Bregman. On the inside corner, called strike 3. 2 out.
All right.
Still got under 10 and a half to go between the fourth quarter. Jaguars still lead the Saints 24-16. A defensive stop there. A defensive tackle for loss by Granderson of the Saints on Agnew. I believe that's Jamal Agnew, a former Detroit Lion.
I think you're right.
Called strike on Alvarez over 0-1. Jordan Alvarez, the DH, 1 for 3, a single, a sac fly, and 2 RBIs. .400 postseason average, 6 home runs, 12 RBIs. Jordan high and inside, ball 1-1. Jordan Alvarez has produced a lot of run support for every Astros pitcher. 1-1, bounced foul down the first baseline, 1-2. Oh man, looks like a one-handed catch, but stepped out of bounds. That's incomplete. 3rd and 11. 2-2 on Alvarez. That last pitch was a slider way low and outside and in the dirt. 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch outside, 3-2. Abreu is on deck. The 3-2. Swung on and grounded into right field for a single. Now it's 10-3. Jordan Alvarez now with 13 RBIs in the postseason. An RBI single makes it 10-3 Astros in the top of the 8th. Jordan Alvarez continues to drive in runs.
Yeah.
Man, he is an RBI machine, you got to admit.
I do.
He's too good at the play. He's too powerful.
8 hits with runners in scoring position just tonight. My goodness.
8 hits with runners in scoring position, a franchise postseason record. He is not on roids. He is not on roids either.
No.
He just means business. That's it.
Yeah. And that's just one night.
Yeah. 6 home runs though, but really.
Yeah.
But really, it's not always just about hitting home runs. It's about producing runs.
Yes.
13 of them with 8 men in scoring position. This entire postseason, Abreu is at bat, facing a 1-1 count against Martin Perez. 2 outs, Alvarez on first. The 1-1 inside, 2-1. Now it's 3rd and 1 Jacksonville. 3rd and 1 Jacksonville.
Jose.
A 3-run home run, a walk, 2 runs, and a stolen base. He's 1 for 3. Is Abreu. 2-1 is outside, 3-1. Looks like the Saints got their first. Oh, just barely got the first down, but the officials have to measure. May have to measure this. Oh man. The 3-1 to Abreu, just a bit outside. Ball 4, and there are runners on first and second, and still 2 outs. And the refs are gonna change this to 4th and inches. The Jaguars, I believe, are gonna go for this.
You've got to.
Yeah, just less than an inch, for goodness sake.
Oh yeah.
The handoff up the middle as Tucker waits on the first pitch. It's just barely on the outside corner, I guess. Strike 1. I believe the Jaguars did not get the first down. I believe the Saints take over on downs. 7:29 left. The 0-1 fly ball deep left field, not quite to the warning track yet. The left fielder makes the catch, and that is the top half of the 8th inning. And Thursday Night Football is in commercial break as well. So,
all right. Okay, we have another final to report here in college football as James Madison beats Marshall 20-9. That's for college football. Okay, so now on to some notes for the evening. Vegas Raiders quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, a.k.a. Jimmy G, will not play Sunday against the Bears due to a back injury. the Raiders announced today. As such, the Raiders will either turn to rookie Aiden O'Connell, who took over for the G-Men in Week 4, or longtime veteran Brian Hoyer, who took over Garoppolo in the half in Sunday's win over the Patriots, or as I call it, them. O'Connell, a fourth-round pick out of Purdue, passed for 238 yards and completing 24 of 39 attempts with an interception at the Chargers. He was sacked, though, 7 times and lost 2 of 3 fumbles. Wow. Knowing that his team was up against the wall, D-backs manager Torey Lovello is making changes for the Game 3 lineup ahead of the Phillies, moving, this was earlier, Gabby Moreno to the third spot and giving infielder Emmanuel Rivera a start at third base. The D-backs trailed the Phillies 2-0 in the series and had only scored 3 runs so far. This was earlier, by the way. It has to happen, feelings aside, Lovello said this morning, and the players are great. You can't hurt these players' feelings right now because it's one goal, one team, and they all get it. Moreno will batted third in the lineup tonight for the first time this season. Tommy Pham was batting fifth, batted third for most of the season, though he did make 75 appearances at the plate. He was 0 for 8 in the series and battling a toe injury, but still was a go for Game 3. It was Rivera's first start at third in the postseason. That meant Evan Longoria started at DH. Alec Thomas started the game on the bench with lefty Ranger Suarez. Thomas was 0 for 5 in the series up to that point. Wow. However, postseason baseball recaptured the energy of D-backs fans in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, but fans are down the D-backs entering Game 3. As of this morning, SubHub tickets has entry tickets for $17 at Chase Field's Tick Park went low as $15. As a comparison to the standing up, I'll hold that thought.
Maton back on the mound for the Astros. First pitch to Marcus Simeon's a sweeper outside for ball 1-0. Marcus Simeon is 1 for 3 with a single in the fifth. 184 postseason average, 2 RBIs, and that's it. Foul ball, 1-1.
Oh.
1-1, a four-seam fastball called a strike, but it looked a little bit outside.
I'll say.
1-2. Simeon chops one down the third baseline, foul. Still 1-2. Simeon chops one right back to the mount, right back to Maton. Just an underhand toss to first, 1 out.
Yeah. Ooh.
Are you watching Thursday Night Football too?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And the Saints just scored a touchdown. They're going for 2. 6:38 left.
Yep. Yeah.
If this... Yeah, and the Saints get the 2-point conversion. Alvin Kamara. Wide open on the far left corner of the end zone. And it's tied at 24 with 6:38 left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Seager just singled with 1 out. Montero warming up in the Astros bullpen.
Montero.
Carter is next in the 3 spot. Check swing foul. Third base side, 0-1. Evan Carter's 1 for 3 with a single to the third. 3.33 average in the postseason, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. That's it. Yeah, see, that was a deep pass That was a deep touchdown pass. And then that 2-point conversion, both on the replay. Now it's 0-2 on Carter. Two straight foul balls. And he's down, and Carter's down 0-2. Stretch from Maton, the 0-2 to Carter, popped up foul. Out of play into the seats, still 0-2. Tied at 24, Jaguars and Saints. The 0-2 at a swing and a miss, and Carter goes down swinging. No, he didn't. He didn't swing. It was on the outside corner for a called third strike. So Carter strikes out looking, not swinging. I missed that one.
Yeah,
Adolis Garcia hit a home run
Garcia.
Earlier in the game. First pitch fouled off right side, 0-1. Garcia's 2 for 3. A solo home run and a single, 289 postseason average, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. Decent numbers.
Yes.
2nd and 7 for Jacksonville from their own 28. The 0-1 fouled away again, 0-2. And Lawrence is going to take it himself 40, 45, 50 into Saints territory, gets out of bounds outside the 45. That's more than enough for a first down for the Jags. Justin Verlander and Jordan Montgomery will go at it Friday at 4. Unfortunately, I will be in Ithaca tomorrow night. Because again, episode 100, like I mentioned, will have to wait until Saturday. Wow. Garcia fouls yet another one off, 0-2. Meanwhile, a no gain for Calvin Ridley. 2nd and 10 coming up for Jacksonville. Garcia waiting on the 0-2 from Maton. Here it comes. Swing and a miss on a sweeper. And that's the 8th inning. Meanwhile, it is tied up at 24 between the Jaguars and Saints. 4:53 left, and now the clock continues to run. Lawrence in the shotgun. He's going to throw it, and it's going to be wide of Ridley and incomplete. 3rd and 10. Pausing the clock at 4:43 left to play in the 4th quarter. More of your True Sports Report, please.
All right. More hockey finals here as the Coyotes beat the Blues 6-2, and the Kings beat the Wild 7-3. Back we go to the other report here. As I was mentioning, as in comparison, there we go. To standing room tickets for Game 2 at Citizens Park went for over $450. Wow. StubHub listed 2 seats together for as low as $21 for Game 3 as of this morning. Seats in the lowest section behind home plate were listed for $320. The same seats for Game 4 tomorrow on StubHub were at $586. Game 4 is tomorrow at 8 o'clock. 8:07. Oh, for those who want to get technical about it, yeah. I gotta do some short reports here. Okay. The New Orleans Pelicans have exercised a 4th-year option on wing player Trey Murphy and a 3rd-year option player on guard Dyson Daniels, both former #1 round picks through the 2024-25 season. Murphy was selected 17th in the 2021 draft and has appeared in 141 games with 66 starts over 2 seasons. He averaged 10.5 points, 3.1 rebounds, and 1.1 assists in 23.5 minutes of game time, while shooting 46% from the field, 40% from three-point range and 90% from the free throw line. Murphy also finished second in the dunk contest in the All-Star game last season. Daniels was selected 8th overall and appeared in a total of 59 games with 11 starts for the Pelicans, averaging 3.8 points, 2.2 rebounds, and 2.3 assists for the Pelicans. Moving along here. These people gotta stop. Okay, moving along. Okay. If we can get one more in. The Washington Capitals have placed goaltender Charlie Lindgren on injured reserve on Tuesday and recalled defenseman Hardy Hammond Ackle from Hershey in the AHL. More later.
0-1 to Chaz McCormick. A 2-run home run and a walk. He's 1 for 3. 318 average. One homer, 3 RBIs in the postseason. Bouncer to third. Easy play. 1 out. Third and 4 for the Saints. And they look to throw, and it's underthrown, overrun, and incomplete. That's 4th and 4. Carr is down and not getting up. The quarterback for the Saints. 3:54 left. The Saints are forced to punt. The Jaguars are going to get the ball back. Possibly. Alvin Kamara was the lone setback. Carr avoided a sack. Carr, I think, is favoring his groin. Yeah. Oh, man.
You hate to see that.
Might be a cramp. 2 out. Jose Altuve is now on deck. Another ground out by Jeremy Pena makes it the second out of the game. Martin Maldonado, first pitch. Oh man, just a hair low. Ball 1. Yep. Saints punted away. Here's Jamal Agnew, takes it out of bounds around the 45 or close to that. 3:45 left. The 1-0 is high to Maldonado, 2-0. Maldonado was 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. A walk in the 4th. Ground ball to short. Good play, but by the shortstop, and he got him. All right, so both games are in commercial break. Continue.
Okay, so as I was saying, Lindgren suffered an upper body injury during the morning skate on Monday and missed their shootout win over the Flames on that night, and Wednesday's loss to the Senators. The backup to Darcy Kuemper, Lindgren played and started in one game in a loss to the Pens on opening night. He did, though, make 31 saves. Not bad. By going on injured reserve, Lindgren cannot play for at least the next 7 games. Before coming to the Capitals, Lindgren played for the Montreal Canadiens and the St. Louis Blues. Hammond Ackle had 1 goal in 2 games for Hershey this season. The Predators selected him 4th in the 2016 draft. Okay, moving along. Let's see where I can go here. Oh, by the way, the Aces beat the Liberty 70-69 in Game 4 of the WNBA Finals last night, much to my dismay. Well, congratulations anyway.
So was that it for
the WNBA season? Yes.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, because I was going for the Liberty, but Vegas showed why they're.
You know where you're from.
Yeah. And this was the first time in 21 years that there's been a back-to-back champion in the league. So anyway,
in the WNBA.
Correct. Yes.
Wow.
It doesn't happen at all. Yep. Sixers guard James Harden missed practice for a second straight day as the Sixers declared it as a personal matter. Harden has yet to play in the preseason. He did attend training camp and continued to practice with the Sixers in the wake of his offseason trade demand. Harden said that last week his fractured relationship with the team president Daryl Morey could not be salvaged, comparing it to a broken marriage. Said over the summer that he could not play for the Sixers. Oh boy. Part of the complaint stemmed from his belief that he should have earned a long-term deal with the Sixers last season. It never came, thus he made the trade request.
All right. Bottom 9.
Here we go.
10-3 Astros. It's going to be a long rally for the Rangers if they actually pull that off.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, the Jags gain 1 or 2 yards.
Mm-hmm.
3:32 winding down. 3:30. Rafael Montero is on the pitch for the Astros. 5.08 ERA, 153 WHIP in the regular season. 4 innings pitched this postseason. 1 hit, no earned runs, 7 strikeouts. That's pretty good. Second and 8 for Jacksonville. The 0-1 to Garver. The first pitch to Garver is low for ball 1. Garver is 0 for 2 with a walk in the second at a run scored. 217 postseason average. The 1-0 is chopped foul down the left field, down the third base side. 1-1. .327 left to play. Fourth quarter. 24 apiece. Jags and Saints. 1-1 grounded to short. And there's 1 out. Jeremy Pena makes the play. All right, 2nd and 8. Lawrence in the shotgun. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield. Snap. Lawrence throws in the pocket. Caught. It's going to be a first down. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Is it a touchdown? Oh, my goodness. It is a touchdown. Christian Kirk. And the Jaguars quickly retake the lead.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
3:08 left to play, fourth quarter. The Jaguars make a chess move. Make a big chess move. Christian Kirk was standing to the left of Trevor, to the left end of the line of scrimmage, and he made a slant route. Only made the catch from a few yards out, and then he took it all the way. 3-1 to Heim, who's 0 for 3. Inside, ball 4, and Heim draws a walk with 1 out. So Heim is on first with 1 out. Verlander and Montgomery will duel. Before the walk, Jonah Heim was 0 for 3. Fly out, line out, grind out. 200 average, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. With that being said, Nathan L. Lowe is 1-1. Is even the count 1-1. Nathan L. Lowe is 1 for 3 with a double in a second. 216 average, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. 1-2, the count. Yeah, that's a strike call. Yeah, top of the zone.
Yeah.
The 1-2 swung on and fouled away into the seats. That was on the top of the zone and just barely on the inside corner. A bit too close to take anyway. That's why Lowe swung at it. Saints get a big first down near midfield, by the way. The 1-2 inside, 2-2. Saints go no huddle on 1st and 10 from their own 43. Short pass caught, and Kamara takes it to about the 47. That's enough for a first down. 2-2 swung on and fouled off by Lowe. Still 2-2. Oh, they're going to call it second and inches, about 4 inches or so. Short side pass to Kamara caught, and he takes it to the 41. More than enough for a first down. It's now 3-2 to Lowe. Now, that was just a little bit outside, but still at the knees, but just a little bit outside. At the placement of the knee line, but outside. 3-2, swing and a miss.
Bye-bye.
On a change-up Low, 2 out. The Astros are 1 out away from tying the ALCS at 2 games apiece. Josh Jung is the Rangers' last hope. 0 for 2 with a sac fly and RBI in his second. .333 postseason average, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. First pitch from Montero to Jung fouled away, 0-1. The 0-1 chopped to third. That should do it. And it is. And it does. The Astros win it 10-3. 2-minute warning, 31-24 Jaguars. Saints still have the football. And they're starting to threaten a little bit, but continue with your True Sports Report, please.
And ladies and gentlemen, we now have a series. Okay, so anyway, Harden, who was evasive last week about the status of his trade demand, said that he could try to play in the preseason finale against the Hawks in Atlanta. Head coach Nick Nurse said that playing Harden in that preseason finale, highly unlikely. And I agree. All right, so turning on to the WNBA Finals last night, the Vegas Aces repeat as champions of the WNBA as they defeated the New York Liberty last night in Game 4. This was the first repeat champion in the league in more than 20 years. Only the Houston Comets and the LA Sparks are the only teams to win multiple titles in consecutive years. Aces coach Becky Harmon said the victory was sweeter than last year's. This is what it's all about. You have your name placed in history right along with the other WNBA teams, said Finals MVP Asia Wilson. We never gave up. This is our moment to celebrate. This is a moment not a lot of people get to do. And they were short-handed as well, as they were missing 2 of their starters for this game, which is a first actually in the league. The Aces close out their run despite missing guard Chelsea Gray and center Kaya Stokes. Both suffered foot injuries in Game 3. The interesting thing is, the Aces are the first team in history to win a playoff game without multiple starters from their previous game. A strange but true fact. It was an easy victory. I'll fish it later.
Oh man, third down for the Saints. They're in the Jaguars' red zone with 1:14 left to play. The Saints have it 3rd and 2 on the 10. They need to get to the 8. Kamara up the middle, inside the 8, inside the 7 to about the 6. That's 1st and goal. 54 seconds tick down, 4th quarter. We could be looking at overtime here.
Possible.
Yep, Carr in the shotgun, Kamara the lone setback. He's going to drop the pass. It's going to be overthrown, incomplete. That pauses the clock at 36 seconds left. Second and goal. Carr in the shotgun again. Kamara in motion. Carr gets away from one man, throws over everyone and incomplete. Oh man, Carr's being knocked down. That's got to be roughing the passer. That was way after the play, and Carr's shaken up a bit again. I think the officials missed that one. Just
Sure
mistakenly missed that one. Yeah, Carr was clipped from the left. Now the Saints call a timeout on third and goal with 30 seconds left. 31-24, Jaguars. The Houston Astros win it 10-3 to even the series at 2 games, even the ALCS at 2 games apiece. And now we're just waiting on the Jaguars Saints game to be over with. We can do more True Sports Report updates in between breaks.
Okay.
Carr is in the, but the Saints are back in the huddle and they break it up. Third and goal, 30 seconds left. Carr in the shotgun. Kamara the lone setback. 2 receivers right, one to the left. Carr takes the snap, throws wide open off the hands and incomplete. 4th and goal. Saints have 1 chance left. 4th and goal in ball game. That was the tight end. Moreau. Couldn't quite handle that pass.
Whoops.
And Morrow is still out there on 4th and goal. 25 seconds left. Carr in the shotgun. Kamara the lone setback. Carr gets the snap, throws, and it is almost intercepted, but incomplete. And the Jaguars will take over on downs with 21 seconds left. And the Saints are not even insinuating anything. They'll just admit their defeat, and the Jaguars are going to win it 31-24 and improve to 5-2. The Saints are going to drop to 3-4. That's what they get. That's what they get for their offense struggling early in the game. 9 points, only 9 points in the third quarter. Jeez, oh Pete.
Unreal.
All right, so the Jaguars win it 31-24.
Okay.
And the rest is yours, my friend.
Thank you. All right, so continuing on from what we said before, in the WNBA final, which ended last night, it was not an easy victory for the Aces as the Aces had to come back from 12 points down and to take the lead by 2 heading into the fourth quarter. Despite a late surge from the Liberty, which tied the game several times and then got within 1 point, the Aces never trailed in the fourth quarter. The Aces sealed the title with a defensive stop on the last play, followed by a missed shot from Courtney Vandersloot, which I actually saw and was sickened by it. Wilson finished with 24 points and 16 rebounds. Her MVP is the latest in a series of accolades that include a national title with South Carolina, gold medals for Team USA at the World Cup and the Olympics, and 2 MVP awards. Jackie Young, not too bad either. 16 points and 7 assists. Well, congratulations anyway. This is the first time that the Liberty went to the finals since 2002, and again, we come up short for the third time. As the saying goes, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Well, okay, maybe it was a little insulting, but you get the idea, folks. Just once. So, New York continues its basketball drought by not having a title won in 50 years. All right. So, continuing on. Winnipeg Jets forward Gabriel Velarde will miss 4 to 6 weeks with a sprained MCL in his right knee, said by Coach Rick Bowness on Wednesday. Velarde suffered the injury after being tripped by Kings center Blake Listote in the first period in their loss to the Kings. Listote was penalized on the play. It could have been a lot worse, and they would need an operation, and then he's done for a while. Bowness said, even rehab after that becomes strenuous. So, we'll take the best case scenario as a sprain. We'll take that. Velarde has 1 goal and 3 assists on the young season so far. The forward was traded from the Kings to the Jets in June and signed a 2-year deal in July worth $6.8 million for the Jets. Now, I mean the Winnipeg Jets, not the New York Jets, for those of you tuning in. Predators defenseman Luke Schwen will also miss 4 to 6 weeks as a result of a lower body injury. The Predators made the announcement on Wednesday. Schwen has been idle since their loss to the Lightning on October 10th. Signing a 3-year, $8.2 million deal on July 1st, Schwen has 191 points with 42 goals in 934 career games since being selected 5th overall in 2008 by the Maple Leafs. Wow, that was a long time ago. In addition to his 2 stints with the Leafs and Canucks, Schwen has been a journeyman as he's played for the Flyers, Kings, Coyotes, Lightning, Ducks, and the Predators, or as I say, the Yahoos. Schwen does have 2 Stanley Cups to his credit as a member of the Tampa Bay Lightning. I remember that very well. All right, moving along. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said in an interview on First Take that the NBA is mulling the possibility of going back to an East-West format for the All-Star Game. Good, I like it that way. The top vote getters in both conferences will serve as team captains. We are looking at potential changes for the 2024 All-Star Game, said Silver, in a more back-to-basics approach. The commissioner said, we went with a team captain and draft notion, but clearly and historically, it was East versus West, so that's something. Silver's comments came after NBA President of Operations Joe Dumars said last week that reviving interest in the All-Star Game and players playing harder are the priorities of the league. Silver said the demands for the All-Star Weekend, which is full of events that begin as early as Thursday, takes its toll on the players' energy by the time it's played on Sunday night, the game that is. If you ask me, these are my own comments, if you ask me, the All-Star Game was fine the way it was before they made us into a total gimmick out of it, which is something they didn't need. The Penguins acquired Jake Rathbone and Carl Vlasic from the Canucks on Tuesday in a trade for defenseman Mark Friedman and Ty Glover. Both players coming back on this trade will add to our team's depth, and we will look for ways to improve our organization. Rathbone, a 4th-round selection in 2017, played 28 games for the Canucks for parts of 3 seasons with 1 goal and 3 assists. He scored 1 goal in 2 AHL games this season. He now reports to the Pens AHL squad in Scranton, PA. And it's a nice place. Vlasic was the 6th-round pick in 2019. 6th round. In the Czechoslovakian League last season, he notched 6 goals and 9 assists in 31 games and will report to the Wheeling Nailers of the East Coast Hockey League, or ECHL for short. Friedman played in 27 games last season for um, for the Penguins last season. He has 12 career points in 65 games with the Pens and Flyers. So he got both ends of the Pennsylvania spectrum. Glover has 7 points, 7 goals, and 5 assists in 49 games last season with the AHL Penguins last season after he signed an entry-level contract with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Marc-Andre Fleury would not say he was playing his final game in Montreal, but if it was a fond farewell. Fleury made 27 saves his first start of the season and was selected first star of the night of the game and got a standing ovation as the Wild beat Montreal last night. It was a wonderful moment, said Fleury, as he wiped off shaving cream from his teammate Mark Foligno after dousing him in an interview with the postgame. I always said I was a fan of Montreal and the people of Quebec, and have the people here and cheer me on and encourage me. It was a real good feeling. Fleury told reporters on Monday that might be his final start in Montreal. His final start in Montreal. After the game, he said he was focused on enjoying the moment. I'm not sure if it's a done deal, said Fleury. He said he had friends and family in the building, and they were enjoying it. I did not speak on the issue that much on that side at the present moment. Here was just a special night for me. So he's not saying yes, he's not saying no yet. But what a great player he's been. Lightning captain Steven Stamkos did not play against the Sabres on Tuesday night as he suffered a lower body injury. Head coach John Cooper had provided an update before the game, said that Stamkos would be day-to-day. He appeared to be injured as he blocked a shot in a loss to the Red Wings on Saturday night. He did not play against the Senators on Sunday night. The Lightning were 1-2, close out the 3-game home road trip against the Sabres before returning to Tampa for a 5-game homestand. Start tonight against Vancouver. The Lightning are already without goaltender Andrei Vasilevskiy, who will be out for at least a month after having back surgery. Ugh. Center Tyler Monte will miss his third straight game with an upper body injury. The losses to the Atlantic Division rivals combined with injuries led to Cooper to make a sense of urgency to go on this road trip so early in the season and not get at least a point at teams you're competing a playoff spot makes it a bit of an uphill climb. A bit of an uphill climb already, really. And that's something you don't want so early in the season, said Cooper. I don't want to say that Game 4 is a big game, but it is one for us already. Carolina Hurricanes center Sebastian Aho missed the team's victory over the Sharks on Tuesday with an upper body injury. Head coach Rob Brindamore told reporters after the win that Aho did something at the end of their last game, which was a 6-3 loss to the Ducks on Sunday. Brindamore added, at such an early point in the season, if players are not 100%, they will not play. The coach confirmed that Aho was a -2 and will be reevaluated and go forward from there. His 1 goal and 3 points this season, averaging 20 minutes of ice time. During the summer, he signed an 8-year, $78 million extension after leading the Hurricanes to a division title and went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Without him, Seth Jarvis scored a pair of power play goals. Martin Nessus and Stefan Nosten each had a goal and an assist, as Carolina, which was 2-1, embarked now on a 6-game road trip. Brett Pesce and Jacob Slavin also scored in the victory. The Hurricanes scored 4 times in the third period for their 4th straight victory against the Sharks, and they're facing the Kraken tonight. Alrighty. Montreal Canadiens forward Kirby Dach He's out for the rest of the year with a double whammy of a torn MCL and ACL in his right knee that will require surgery. Both his MCL and ACL were torn when he was checked into the Chicago Blackhawks bench by defenseman Jared Giannoni in the first period of Montreal's home opener. Ugly. Datch had 2 assists in 2 games this season, slotting in as Montreal's second liner behind Nick Suzuki. He had 30 points last season, his first with the Habs since coming from the Chicago Blackhawks. Datch missed 24 games last season because of a lower body injury, then an upper body injury. During the 2021 season, he missed the majority of the season with a wrist injury. Boy, this guy is injury prone. Okay. Warriors forward Draymond Green will miss the rest of the preseason as he's recovering from a left ankle sprain. The Warriors announced back on Tuesday. Leaves his status for the opener in question. Head coach Steve Kerr said that Green is considered questionable for the opener versus the Suns. Green has been cleared to participate in light on the court workouts, but has not been cleared for full practices or scrimmages at this point. He will be evaluated again on Sunday. Kerr said they would not put Green in any game until he gets 5-on-5 action. Kerr hopes he'll play 3-on-3 tomorrow before playing 5-on-5 for Sunday's final practice before the regular season begins. Green suffered the injury a week before training camp during a pickup game at the Chase Center. Maybe I'll be careful with pickup games, people. You know. The Rockets are trading guard Kevin Porter Jr. and 2 first-round picks to the Thunder, who are waiving him, sources told ESPN. The Rockets are getting Victor Oladipo and Jeremiah Johnson-Earl in a deal that will send a 2027 second pick by way of the Wolves and a 2028 second-round pick by way of the Bucks, and by way of the Thunder. Essentially, the deal allows the Thunder to draft up assets and requires them with $16.9 million of the guaranteed salary left on Porter's new contract, and saves the Rockets $5.5 million in salary. Yeah. Well, it's still only to be saved, though. All right. Here we go. This is going to be probably one of the most disturbing stories of the week. Prosecutors in Manhattan dropped one of the assault charges against Kevin Porter Jr., acknowledging Monday at his court hearing in Manhattan Criminal Court that he did not fracture his girlfriend's neck during an alleged attack at a Manhattan hotel last month. According to the New York Manhattan DA Mariah Cursor, cited insufficient evidence as for dropping the charge of second-degree assault, telling Judge Jay Weiner on Monday that what appeared to be a fractured vertebrae was not, in fact, an injury caused by the defendant. Potter was arrested for an alleged attack on his girlfriend, former WNBA player Chris Goldschnick, at the Hilton in Manhattan near the United Nations last month. Prosecutors said during Potter's arraignment, a day after he was the attack, left her with a black eye and with a fractured neck vertebrae and a deep cut above her right eye. His defense team shared documents with the Post indicating that the presumed neck was a congenital defect. Ooh. Potter still faces charge of second-degree strangulation and third-degree assault to Porter, which he pleaded not guilty. According to the Post, Cruiser told the judge that her office offered a plea deal on the third-degree assault charge, but Porter rejected the offer. Ooh. The Rockets told Porter that he cannot be seen with the team in any form following the arrest. Aside from that, everything else related to Porter falls under the league's CBA and will be handled by the Rockets GM Raphael Stone. His next court appearance is scheduled for November 27th. Ugh. And the Kraken will be without for Brandon Tanev for a month after suffering a lower body injury in last week's opener to the Knights. The Kraken announced he will miss 4 to 6 weeks. As I mentioned before, Tavin was hit hard by Brent Howden that resulted in a match penalty play for an illegal hit to the head and received a 2-game suspension. Tanev buckled, then fell awkwardly with his left leg pinned underneath him and dropped to the ice. The hit occurred 6 minutes into the third period. Last season, he had 30 points in total and played all 82 games. Tavin missed more than half the season in 2020-22 with a torn ACL. Not good. Okay, I don't know if you heard about this story, but the Detroit Tigers complex in the Dominican Republic was targeted Wednesday and was the latest to be targeted at Major League ballpark facilities in the country, said by police. One man was apprehended, and police are searching for 4 others who entered the complex.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
reading that. Yeah.
Okay. Restrained a security guard went to players' locker rooms to steal valuables and cash, said by a spokesperson of the Dominican Republican Police, told the Associated Press. Because from that source, I can't. That's not a lie. Nobody was hurt, said the Tigers and Cardinals robberies, said by authorities. Authorities are investigating if the robberies are related. 5 men also broke into the Cardinals complex, bound and gagged a security guard, and stole belongings from the players and staff members. The corresponding camera was taken in to strengthen the investigative process, and we hope to get an answer to the case within a few hours, assuming you haven't done so already. Yeah, assuming you haven't. Wide receiver Nicole Hardman Jr., a member of the two-time winning, who has won 2 Super Bowls with the Chiefs, returned to the team via a trade from the New York Jets. The Chiefs are also sending a 2025 6th-round pick to the Jets for Hardman and a 2025 7th-round pick, told ESPN. The Chiefs have mostly struggled with their wide receivers played this season. Their leader at position in catches, receptions, and yards is rookie Rashid Rice. Veteran wide receivers Marcus Valdez, Scaling, Cardarius Toney, and Sky Moore have not produced as well as the Chiefs had hoped. Hardman was the Chiefs' 2nd-round pick in 2019. His most productive season was in his rookie year. He scored 7 touchdowns. That included 1 from a kickoff return and had a per-catch yards average of 20.7 yards. Hardman had a career best 59 catches and 693 yards in 2021. His production fell last season as he missed 8 games due to a various source of injuries. The Jets signed Hardman to a 1-year, $4 million deal in the offseason, but has only played 20 offensive snaps this season and only 1 reception in 5 games. Hardman never publicly complained about his lack of involvement, but has expressed frustration during a recent interview with ESPN, and I don't blame him. Hardman, who received $3.6 million guarantees from the Jets, was leapfrogged over on the depth chart by rookie Xavier Gipson, who became the Jets' 4th wide receiver. Gipson also won the punt returning job from Hardman in training camp. In Week 5, Hardman was a healthy scratch. Herb Charles was made the 5th receiver against the Broncos that week because of his ability on special teams. Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray returned to practice for the first time since he tore his ACL last December. Murray posted practicing today on the social media site X at 12:54 p.m., and the Cardinals then announced that he was designated for return from the PUP list, the unable to perform list, opening his 21-day window to be activated to the 53-man roster. Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon said Murray gave him the news that the quarterback will return to practice. Gannon said he replied with "Great, I'll see you there." Obviously, he is our franchise quarterback. So I was happy about it, said Gannon. When Murray plays, it'll be an organization decision. Adding that Murray will be a big part of those discussions. For now, Gannon said he plans to take it one day at a time with Murray. Regardless, Gannon said he was very curious to see Murray on the field since he was hired back in February. I know the work he has put in. The people and the staff helped him get to this point. You can't help but praise the medical staff, I said Gannon. So we got to see him do a lot of things, but I know he's excited to get out there and play some football. The Cardinals also opened the window for safety Bubba Buddha Baker, who returned from the injured reserve list. He missed the last 5 games with a hamstring injury that he suffered in the Friday of week 2. Like Murray, Baker returned to practice on Wednesday, and the Cardinals have 21 days to activate him on the roster. Gannon said he will take it day by day with Baker as he is with Murray. Dolphins cornerback Jalen Ramsey returned to the practice field in limited fashion on Wednesday as the Dolphins opened his 21-day practice window. Ramsey tore his left meniscus on July 27th, the second day of practice, and underwent surgery the following day. The Dolphins never set a timeline for his return, but head coach Mike McDaniel said the team gave him a target date when the injury occurred. Ramsey just scoffed at. Huh. From the onset, we gave Jalen a rough target date, but everybody's body is different, said McDaniel. He shot the day, and he was injured, and said he was going to be the target, and he certainly did that. With that being said, this is his first time playing football, so we'll be acquiring information, but very optimistic. It'll be sooner rather than later, obviously because we are starting the window. The Dolphins have till November 7th to activate Ramsey to the roster. He will remain on the injured reserve list for the rest of the year. McDaniel ruled out Ramsey for Sunday's game against the Eagles. However, McDaniel is cautiously optimistic that Ramsey will return before their Week 10 bye. The Dolphins host the Patriots in Week 8, and then in Week 9 play a road game versus the Kansas City Chiefs in Frankfurt, Germany. Dolphins acquire Ramsey from the Rams in the offseason in exchange for a third-round pick and tight end Hunter Long. Moving on here, okay. Rams running back K'Ron Williams will miss multiple games, but he should be back after the bye in Week 10, told sources to ESPN. Williams suffered an ankle sprain in last Sunday's win over the Cardinals in a game where he rushed for 158 yards and a touchdown. A source told ESPN that Williams was expected to miss this week's game versus the Steelers anyway. Running back Ronnie Rivers was also injured in Sunday's game after sustaining a knee injury. On Monday, Coach Sean McVay did not give a timeline for a return, saying the initial prognosis looked like it'll be challenging for the Rams in the near future. As a result of the injuries, the Rams will elevate Royce Freeman to the active roster and sign Darrell Henderson, who was waived by the team last season, to the practice squad. In addition, the Rams signed Myles Gaskins off the Vikings practice squad and added him to the active roster, a source told ESPN on Tuesday. McVay said on Monday that the Rams are still working through the plan without Williams and Rivers, but noted that rookie running back Zach Evans got the first carries after the injuries last Sunday. Through 6 games this season, Williams has 456 yards on 97 carries and has 105 receiving yards on 13 catches. Williams has 7 total touchdowns this season. Not bad. Continuing on. Oakland A's relief pitcher Trevor May ripped owner John Fisher while announcing his retirement on his Twitch stream on Monday. Sell the team already. He said, let someone else who takes pride in the things they do, they own. They actually made people who give a damn about the game. Let them do it. It was take mom and dad's money elsewhere, you idiot. Fisher's parents founded The Gap, is attempting to relocate the A's to Las Vegas in a move that angers A's fans. Fisher had been uninvolved in the fan base for years, as the team usually ranks at the bottom of the payroll. The A's finished the league's worst this season at 50 and 112. Did I say that out loud? Oh boy. May spent 9 seasons in the majors, 6 with the Twins, and 2 with the Mets. The right-hander made 21 saves with the A's this season, and was 4-4 with a 3.28 ERA in 46 innings, one of the few bright spots for the A's this past season. He finished his career with an impressive role by going 1-0 with 9 saves and an ERA of 0 in his last 15 appearances. That's right, triple zero. Niners running back Christian McCaffrey avoids a long-term injury and has a chance to play against the Vikings Monday night, sources told ESPN. McCaffrey, who suffered an oblique and rib injury in last Sunday's loss to the Browns, underwent an MRI on Monday. Left tackle Trent Williams and wide receiver Deebo Samuel will also have a chance to play in Monday's game, that according to sources. Samuel had a shoulder injury. The 49ers will determine who will be able to play over the course of the next week. Samuel was forced to leave Sunday's game against the Browns with a shoulder injury, while Williams grinted through an ankle sprain. McCaffrey left in the third, but returned for one play with a 6-yard run, with just under 3 minutes left in the third, before heading to the sideline at the end of the locker room and was ruled out for the fourth quarter. Personally, I don't know how he let him back in anyway. The Eagles signed 7-time Pro Bowler Julio Jones to a 1-year deal on Tuesday. Jones will be reunited with former Titans teammate A.J. Brown, who pushed for the Titans to trade him back in 2021. The Eagles recently placed wide receiver Quez Watkins on injured reserve with a hamstring injury that worked out with receivers Marquez Galloway and Desmond Patman on Monday. In the end, they turned to Jones, who will be on his 4th team in the last 4 years. Jones has 13,629 receiving yards, the most among active players. Jones holds the Falcons' records for receiving yards with 12,896. He has 848 receptions, 136 single-season yards, 1,871 yards in 58 games, and has 100 yards, 7 seasons of at least 1,000 yards. Jones, who played for the Bucs last season, had 50 catches for 804 yards and 5 touchdowns in 7 games for the Eagles, including a game-winning touchdown in 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Okay, just to look at the oh, hold on, we got a little bit more. Okay, now for the ridiculous news. The IOC announced on Monday, well, this is not too ridiculous, that baseball and softball will return for 2028, the Summer Olympics. Philly slugger Bryce Harper said he would love to play and hopes that other MLB players will follow. Harper said this on his birthday on Monday. I think everyone's dream is to play in the Olympics, especially coming to the United States. Baseball was known as an exhibition sport at the 1984 Summer Games and a demonstration sport in the 1988 Games in Seoul. Then, in a full Olympic sport from 1992 to 2008, MLB players were allowed to play in 2000, but the league refused to release its players, so the minor leagues filled in that year. The IOC dropped baseball after 2008, but returned for the Tokyo Olympics in 2021. The Nippon League suspended their season to allow their professional players to play in the Olympics. Harper hopes the league will change. The league will, and its owners will allow the players to compete in the 2028 games. But that could cause a disruption to the Major League season in 2028. I don't think the league will want that. Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson is out for the rest of the year and will undergo surgery on his shoulder within the next week, so says owner Jim Isery, as he told ESPN. Richardson is fourth overall in the draft, sustained by wait Richardson. This is fourth overall pick in the draft. Sustained the injury on his AC joint in his right shoulder in last week's win over the Titans. The Colts have spent the past week or so since the injury obtaining medical opinions on how to proceed. Injury said the evaluations are pointing to one direction. The most likelihood
I hate
situation,
that group.
yeah. The most likely situation is he's out for the rest of the year, said Isri. It's not set in stone, but it's more likely that he is out for the rest of the year. Among the associated decisions is Richardson's injury will need to be surgically repaired or continued rehab to fix the problem. Isri says surgery is more likely the option. There is a debate going that will probably lead to surgery, let's say within a week or 10 days. We are trying to figure out when and what to do and what Anthony wants to do. The last part was Richardson prefers key element, as he says, and the final decision will be made up to Richardson, and those advising him through most players tend to follow the medical advice. The organization is taking a cautious approach to addressing his injury, given the importance of his health and the team's long-term future. The Colts lost Sunday to the Jaguars with Gardner Minshew as quarterback and are 3-3 on the year, which isn't all that bad, to be honest. So, it isn't, like I said, it's not that bad at all. And just a quick check to see if I missed anything else. Oh, yeah. Okay, now for the ridiculous sign of the week, probably. It's official. There'll be some new events for the 2028 Summer Games, and you're not going to believe this. Flag football, cricket, which is the cousin of baseball, and squash will be in the Summer Olympics next year. 5 Olympic sports were added for 2028, confirmed by the IOC back on Monday. Baseball, softball, squash, and lacrosse were also added to the roster. The slate of sports cleared the final hurdle by the Olympic body's full membership at a meeting in India on Monday, after being proposed a week ago by LA officials and recommended by the IOC Executive Board last Friday. All votes were in a single package, with 2 no votes from the IOC from about 90 members. The decision to alleviate cricket since 1900 was made in one of the hotspots of the sport, where the IOC is meeting in India and is hosting the World Cup. And breakdancing will also be a sport, I think. Oh boy, that is for next year. So dumb.
Breakdancing? You actually wait? Did you make that up or did you write?
No, I
read
did
that
not.
article?
I did not. That was in an article. First of
Oh
all,
my
let's put it
God.
this way. First of all, it's going to be 2024.
Timmy Trumpet's not even involved either.
I mean, this is 2024 we're talking about, not 1984. Okay, people? You're about 40 years too late.
I was born that year, but I don't really care.
You didn't miss much. Oh boy. Yeah, that was the year the Tigers went to the World Series.
Yep.
And won.
Of course.
That I do remember.
That was the last they won it.
I hate when they do this. Okay, so we got some late scores for NHL hockey, if I'm not mistaken, and it goes down like this. The going into the third period, the Stars lead the Ducks 2-1. At the end of the second, the Kraken lead the Hurricanes 4-1. 7:42 go in the second. The Avalanche are leading the Blackhawks 2-0, and the Bruins leading the Sharks 8:44 to go in the second period. And in the NBA, with 2:32 to go in the third, the Suns lead the Lakers 77-71. Durant has 21 points. LeBron has 18 points and 6 rebounds. In the early stages of the fourth, the Nuggets lead the Clippers 78-73. The Joker has 25 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists. Highland has 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. And, oh, come on. Neanderthals. Okay. To continue on. Finally, good game here with 5:42 to go in the fourth. The Kings lead the Jazz 96-94. Sexton has 24 points and Monk 14 points and 8 assists. Good game here. Okay, so, and just to go for the final score here, the Jaguars over the Saints 31-24. Carr finished with 301 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Kamara had 62 rushing yards on 17 carries and 91 receiving yards. Okay, that concludes my report. I'll turn it back over to you.
All right. That's episode 99, Saturday at 10, episode
Wow.
100.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready for the milestone. So,
You got it.
Until then, for Louis Tenor, I'm Taylor Phillips. Ta-ta. And
Good
stay
night, folks.
true, everyone.
Yes.